There we go. And before I get on with this video, I realize it kind of looks that I'm looking to something over here, but I'm trying to look at my actual phone, which is right in front of me, and that's what I basically used to record. What I recorded fixed panel on Sunday with. As yeah, there's a brave jump in the things that phones can do, and well, this specific one, if you're wondering what it is a Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus, which I've been after for years. But anyway, that's beyond it. And while I can still remember everything about the convention, well, it's still fresh in my mind. Before work, actually, drains a lot of it out. I'm going to put this down on camera because I think this would be a good thing to do in future. This channel on it's just really for bits of everything, vlogs, panels that you see, like, but that or maybe not. It depends if anybody wants me to, because I know there are other no, there will be people recording the panels at TF Nation. But I might just record some myself and throw them up here for everybody who can't really be there. I'm sorry for the ragged, because this is you probably wouldn't believe me, but my phone is currently sitting on a Mickey Mouse coffee mug and a couple of CDs. But anyway, Dublin Comic Con, the Sunday. Now, originally, I wasn't sure if I could get down to the convention, and for quite a while it was since, well, in the time frame that Vic was announced to be coming over here to Ireland, I wasn't really sure if I could get down or not, but without going into too many details and personal stuff, everything kind of aligned on, when was it? Yeah, the Friday, the very day before the convention started. Everything aligned, and of course, with me usually being off, my weekend being Sunday, Monday, that made it perfect, because just go down to the con on Sunday, stay overnight, and come back home the next day. So I wouldn't be rushing about the con and maybe miss something. But yeah, that was good. Going down to what, well, I didn't know what size it was going to be, but I just knew that Vic was going to be there, and given everything that he's gone through this year so far, and well, who knows what he's going to be going through in the future, it was the right thing to do. Because a little bit of backstory here, but it's not just this is not the first time I've met Vic, and to say I'm going down there as a fan wouldn't be accurate. Because over the past 11 years that I've known Vic, well, there has been a friendship that's built up there, and unlike some, and we all know who they are, and it doesn't bear mentioning their names, I take friendships very seriously. I don't like just, just being a friend to get something. No, for me, it's it's hard to explain, but yeah, definitely over the 11 years I've known Vic, it's went from fan to friend over time. But uh, and I wouldn't trade it for the world because, despite what people are saying, Vic is definitely one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. So back to what I should have been talking about. So yeah, basically 5 o'clock Sunday morning. Everything had been booked, the hotels and tickets and everything. This is the day of going down to the con. 5 o'clock in the morning. Wake up, get everything. Make sure I've got everything packed for an overnight, and maybe stuff I wanted to get signed, but never did bring. Ooh, anything I wanted signed, and yeah, still a little bit tired from everything. I don't think I've slept right since I got home. But yeah, got up to Newry about quarter to 7, and then 7:15, I think it was. The bus down to Dublin, which got, or no, it wasn't quarter. It would have been about that time. The bus down to Dublin got me in there about, I'd like to say about 10 to 9, and just walk from the bus station over to Connolly station, which isn't really far. Get the train down to the Clayton Hotel in Ballsbridge, which, after the fact, I found is right next door to where the convention was. But anyway, down at the hotel, went to just maybe throw my bags off and check in there, but they had a room ready at 9 o'clock. It would have been about 9:30, or no, it wouldn't have been 9:30. About 9:20 in the morning. That's one hell of a hotel. Of course, I would recommend, if you're going to an event in the RDS, say at Simmons Court or something like that, you can't go wrong by staying at that hotel. Now, after I'd got everything, dropped off and it was settled and freshened up a little bit, decided to finally make my way to the con. And yeah, you would think I would have maybe looked to see where everybody else was going, or if there was anybody else going to the con, if they were going to, or what direction they were going. But nah, instead of, let's see which way, I think this is my right. I'm sorry. But instead of going like say this way, going that way, and actually finding the entrance to where the convention was, what did I do? I actually ended up walking around the whole block of the RDS and coming back to basically to recognize, and back to part of the road I could recognize, an entire circle around the RDS. And yeah, that is not an ideal thing to do. When you're kind of tired, or you haven't had much sleep, or you're only running off a sandwich. yeah, you're only running off a sandwich. You haven't had anything else. So get to the con, and yeah, at what time? I think it was about 20 to 10, and it was fairly quiet. There wasn't many people about then, and I could easily go around and just get a glance of everything. And just in case there's people out there who are saying, "Oh, Vic didn't have a line at all." He did. It was steady throughout the day. Like, it wasn't as big or as long as the previous day, like Saturday, but Saturday's always a busy day at a con in Ireland. This was just nice. Just a nice little crowd. I'd say, possibly for some, if it was your first con and you were worried about, huge crowds, this would have been the perfect day for you. So went round, found where Vic was. Of course, he wasn't there yet. None of the guests were there yet. Well, none of the what you would term as celebrity guests. The artists were there, and yeah, I found basically everything, but there wasn't really that much I wanted to buy. I wasn't down there to buy really that much, if anything. Uh, Now, one of the people I wanted to see was the MLP artist, Andy Price, who's, if you've read the My Little Pony comic, yeah, there's a history with that, but I can go into that some other time, because that would delve into one of the trips out to New York City I made into. But yeah, went to see Andy Price and got a couple of things, some head sketches, one of which I've given to my niece who likes My Little Pony, and a couple of prints. This one, if you can't tell, yeah, I do like Derpy. And after I'd got my prints and the head sketches from Andy Price, I took another wee dander around the convention and realized, yeah, there's no bags here that'll be big enough to keep the prints and art from getting damaged. So with the hotel just being basically around the corner, maybe a 2-3 minute walk at most, well, the best thing to do was to just go back to the hotel and drop off my art and then go back into the con again. Of course, the thing around the time I went back into the con, it wasn't too long till Vic actually showed up. Well, to be honest, by that stage he'd just arrived, and I just stood nearby keeping an eye out, because there had been, in the 2 weeks prior, an influx of those other guys, more than likely, I would say, orchestrated and egged on by a certain Arms girl, and yeah, that's not her actual name, to spread dissension among everybody going to the con, and spreading the false message that, you probably heard it, Vic's this predator or stuff like that, which is really not true. And yeah, if anything, that would really annoy me. And how do I know they were sent by her? Well, the ringleaders of the whole campaign. Yeah, not very smart if you have California listed on your social media profile. Then I know rightly where you're coming from, and yeah, not having any of that. But thankfully, everybody kind of rallied around. Now, what if now when Vic turned around, he was actually surprised. He came over and just said, "Oh, I'm so glad to see you." And yeah, you could see it in his face. If you've seen the video of him meeting Nick Rekieta for the first time at Anime Matsuri, that was the same look of somebody who was really glad to see a friend that would not backstab them or would not abandon them. And that's definitely something I would never do, because quite a lot. The Vic, so much has come from the very first convention it went to, back in 2008 at Erdicon. So much has come from it, and some things. No, that could be a video for another time to do with that. But yeah, he was really happy. Like as I explained to him, and I've said in this was a very last minute type of thing. And there was hugs exchanged, and yeah, before any of you say anything, friends hug. At least my circle, the friends I know, we don't think anything of just giving a hug is a sign of appreciation to see somebody, or friendship, or like that. There's no other context to it than that. So yeah, basically waited around while he set up, and seen that he had the lithographs with him, the new ones he's just got this year. Yeah, I really normally I wouldn't. Normally I'd feel weird about buying stuff from friends. Well, Vic, I basically got everything. But I wanted something signed to go into my collection, because I've got CDs and that, but I don't have any like wee 8x10 or something like that. I can just go through and just say, yeah, I remember the day I met this person. They sure have photos, but they're not signed or personalized. But yeah, got one of these, as you can see. Yeah, it's in a plastic case protector. I don't know if that'll come up, but yeah, this is something that is going to be treasured for a while. And of course, while I was there, just basically catching up. I'm not talking anime or asking about this character or that character, just really catching up with Vic, which was good. And basically asked, was I staying around for the whole day for the con? Yeah, I was. Of course, it was. I wasn't going to miss out on that and on it, and because this was, I think, let's see, 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19. This would have been about 7 years since I've been to a convention down in Dublin, and yeah, there's some really personal, or was personal stuff for me that went down on the way to the last last con in 2012 that I was at down there. That any time there'd be a convention in Dublin, and even if there was somebody I really wanted to go see, yeah, it would just be too painful to go down. But thankfully, I think at this point, thanks to the good friends I have, everything was okay. Like I could go down there with no problems whatsoever and be excited to be at a con. So yeah, stayed around the whole day. Talked to some really nice people, I must say, throughout that whole day. Some really, really nice people. And I'm kicking myself for not getting names because definitely they people that would be really nice to get to know. And well, I know especially during that time when I was up there getting my autograph for Vic, when I was just waiting for the ink and that to dry before I put it in. Before what did I have? I think I didn't have this with me. Which pro tip: get yourself a lot of plastic protectors if you're going to a con. Those will save your artwork and your signed pictures like nothing else. No. Yeah, well, I was standing there. There was actually again, I didn't get names, but and somebody actually went to the Ranger dinner I organised over in London. The second time I met Vic. I was back in 2009 at the London Film and Comic Con. There's one of the Rangers who was, I think, 13 at the time, and they had gone to the dinner with their mom. They had actually came over to see Vic, and just like myself, to lend him support, because we all know what the terrible things he's been going through this year, and basically thanked me for going to the trouble of organising it. But it was a pleasure to do it, because believe it or not, we kind of filled up the little pub we went into to get a meal. We kind of took it over for the duration, but yeah, that was a good time, and it was good to see that that had been a really nice memory for somebody. Like something they treasured and could always go back and say, yeah, I remember the time I was at the Ranger dinner in London. And of course, still parted around the convention looking at stuff, but never really seeing much that I wanted else. And time went on. I got a bit hungry. Went over to where the food court is in the convention, and yeah, I swear I didn't plan this, but Vic actually turned up, and well, my policy is to if somebody's getting something to eat, or you see a guest out about the convention, just let them have their free time to explore the convention. And yeah, because it was nice and quiet. Vic did have time where he could, just leave his table and maybe go around the convention a wee bit, see if there's anything there that he wanted to pick up. And I think that's what reminded me to actually get something to eat there. Because that chili dog I got wasn't exactly the greatest thing I'd ever had. I've had better in the past, but it sufficed. So then, fast forward a wee bit of time after getting some to eat, was the photo ops, and there was a really funny moment happened there because Vic had been going around the con looking for the photographer, and was at that time making his way back, and the photographer actually left the photo area to go look for Vic and had gone sort of round in the opposite direction that Vic was coming from. Because Vic was, I think there was four, 3 or 4 of us there just for photo ops. And of course, Vic was standing there chatting away, wondering where the first. Of course, they eventually came back. He said, "Oh, where were you? I was looking for you." And of course, that's the same thing that they were saying that to each other. And well, I've been knowing Vic for so long. I could have stayed in my place in line, a third or that, but I said no. Look, you want to go? I let people go ahead of me because I'm okay with stuff like that. There, I don't mind because that way it gives other people their moments, their memories from conventions, and possibly I'm going to have droned on for 26 minutes. Something they're going to treasure and will make them want to go back to conventions again. So after that, I had some more stuff. And my feet by that stage were really starting to hurt. So I was, sitting down at a sort of chill out place that Universal had set up where they were screening some of their trailers and that. And I was just checking up with stuff. Got on my phone. Just killing a wee bit of time till it was time for Vic's panel. And as if you've seen the video up here, that was really fun and nice to see. And I'm actually surprised nobody else recorded it. But the whole thing of recording it was trying to do the same thing as had been done. I mean, Matsuri, capturing that moments. No, capturing the panel so that everybody could see it. Everybody could vicariously be there. Well, it took longer to get uploaded because the first time I uploaded it was on hotel Wi-Fi, and that took near enough 13, 14 hours. About 13 hours. And the end product was only 360, while the whole thing was recorded in full high definition. But anyway, I've rambled on enough, you guys. Take care of yourselves, and definitely, if you have the opportunity to go see Vic, go see him. Let him know that you're there to lend him some support, because, well, he might not admit him. No. He appreciates it. So, stay good, guys. I'll see you next time.